that I'm addicted to charts. So I dream with charts. I wake up and it's the first thing I look.
And we're live, traders. Welcome back to another episode of the Trader Profits series here on the BluFX YouTube channel. This is where we show you some of our trader stories, their background, and the people who make up our amazing community here at BluFX. Today we've got Sara. Sara, do you want to give yourself a little bit of an introduction, some talk about your trading background, and a little bit of your history overall?
Well, I'm from Portugal. I trade for, I think, 4 years now. Time passes quite fast. I work with BluFX for a year and a half, I think.
Okay.
And I used to work for myself with my own money, but then sometimes life just happens. So BluFX, when I found it, I really found it interesting. You know, the chance to have some income and not using our own money to fund the account. So it was a very exciting idea at the time, and I'm still with with you.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'm glad to have you on the interview. I'm glad to have you here at BluFX. It's always really interesting to hear each trader's stories. Now, you mentioned something really interesting there about how you discovered prop trading on BluFX and how it interested you. You said also that you were trading on your own and now you're trading with BluFX. I want to ask you a question at the very start very quickly. How does trading your own money compare to now trading for a prop firm? Is there any psychological differences? Is there any benefits of doing that? Obviously, we can talk about things like the risk involved, where you don't have to actually bear the risk of financial loss yourself. How does it make your trading different in that way? How does it change your psychology? And how does it improve your trading?
Not at all in any sense.
Okay.
It's really, it's like I'm working with my own money. I don't like to lose at
Mm.
all. So I'm really worried when things aren't going quite well,
Mm.
just as if it was mine. It's kind of a responsibility, I think. It's somebody else's money, but I need to treat it as mine. So it didn't change at all my trading or my risk management or anything.
Interesting. And that's something I've actually heard from one of our fund managers here at BluFX. It was a gentleman called Amir who I interviewed a couple of months back now. He's $1 million account holder, and he said exactly the same thing. How he sees BluFX as his own money. It's better for his psychology that way, and he
Mm-hmm.
takes it obviously very, very seriously in that sense. So it's interesting to hear you say the same thing. Now, before we progress into your BluFX experience and how you got on trading with us, I want to talk a little
Mm-hmm.
about your trading style in general. First question I always like to ask our traders who come on interview is your favorite currency pair. Sara, you've spoke before about the currency pairs that you like to trade. Is there one that you have the most success with? Is there one that you like trading the most, one of your favorites? And if so, why is that?
Well, I really like to trade GBP, JPY,
Okay.
uh, because it's quite volatile. He works in large range, and I think that's what I like the most. You have the trend, and you only can see it like in the weekly chart or the daily chart, but during the day, it's or 2 3 days, it really goes up and down beautifully, and I really enjoy it. So I remember, still in my account, I I had a trade in that pair for 2 months, I think, two or
Wow.
3 months, and with 0.001, I made 200 and something dollars. So you can see how much
That's a
it
big trade.
went.
That's a big trade.
Yes,
And that was on your own private account.
yes, it was.
Interesting. I think you must have caught a very nice trend there. So definitely good work for that one. I feel like a lot of our traders at BluFX will trade GBP pairs. It doesn't matter where they are in the world. They might be in Indonesia, they might be in Pakistan, they might be in all these countries of the world. People love to trade the pound. I don't know if it's because we're a London-based company. I'm not sure what the situation is. But recently, talking as of this second, the pound in general has had some really decent trading opportunities. And it's funny that you mentioned GBP JPY because one of the people who work at BluFX, Atlas, he swears by this pair. He says it's the best pair for trading. It's his favorite pair. And he says a lot of the same things as you, how it can go into ranges. It trends very nicely. And for a trend trader, it's perfect. And he's had a lot of success with it. A lot of our traders will like trading things like the cable, the pound to the US dollar. But yeah, it seems like everybody at BluFX is mad for trading the pound. So it's really interesting to see your take of things as well. Moving forward with more questions about your trading, I wanted to ask you, is there a preferred time frame you trade on? Are you more of a scalper, a longer term trader, a swing trader? What's your personal style?
I think I'm between a day trader and a swing trader.
Sure.
I can't scalp. I really can't. I see some friends doing it. I don't know how to. I think it's too noisy. 5-minute chart, for instance, or 15 minutes. I understand the concept behind it. You can earn a lot, but I can't do it. I'm always looking for at least 200, 300 points at least. So you can't get that on a 5-minute chart or something. Or at least I'm not that good.
I think knowing your strengths is so important in Forex. Like, you obviously have identified to yourself what is working for you and also what you like to do. Now, for me, a big constraint for me when I started trading was my time. And I wouldn't be able to trade 5-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute charts because I didn't have time to sit at my screens for every 5-minute candle. So I would move towards the higher time frames. And it helped me manage my time in that way a little bit. So that was kind of my big inspiration for using higher time frames myself. I don't know if you ever had a similar experience at all. Do you find it's easy to manage your trades on a time basis? I'm not sure what your personal life is like and what responsibilities you have. But I know that when I'm at my busiest, I cannot afford to be sat at the charts every 5 minutes for a new candle, every 50 minutes for a new candle. Do you have the same experience?
Well, I have time to do it because this is my life. I'm a trader.
You trade a full time?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But,
that's a great achievement.
But well, not so much yet. I'm still
You're building up
getting
to it.
there.
I'm with you.
But it's my focus is in trading, and I don't mind to stay 12 hours in front of my charts. But for some reason, I really can't do scalping. And it's not a matter of not having time or because I need to look every 5 minutes because I'm always looking. It's just, it's not, it's too stressful for one. And I really like to have bigger trades. I don't know how to explain it, but as I said, never less than 200 or 300 points. So doesn't make any sense for me to
be on those smaller time frames. I'm exactly with you. And I completely understand. And as I mentioned earlier on, it's so important to identify what's right for you as a Forex trader. Just because some people can have success with scalping doesn't mean, you can or I can. We have to identify ourselves as individuals and what we prefer to do. For me, my big motivation was time and the time I didn't have. For you, it seems like you just prefer it. You don't want the stress. You don't find it as appealing to you. And that's absolutely fine. You obviously understand exactly what is right for you in your trading and what you have the most success with. There's no point doing something if you know that you won't have the same success as you would if you were swing trading or longer term trading. So that's definitely good to hear. Now, actually, moving on to the BluFX side of things, you've obviously been a BluFX trader for a little while now. I want to ask you a very simple question first of all: is what account are you on? Are you choosing the Lite package or are you on the Pro package at the moment?
I'm on the Lite.
The Lite account. Okay, interesting. And I wanted to ask you, you're on the Lite account. We spoke a little bit before we started rolling the camera, and we spoke a little about your experience so far. You said to me that you prefer trading on the Lite account, and you're not looking to upgrade to the Pro at the moment. Are you just looking for sort of a monthly income at the moment? What's your motivation with the BluFX product, and what are you looking to do with BluFX in the next 6 months, year sort of period? What's your longer term plan? Do you look to transition to the Pro account at some point and start growing the account? Or are you just going to stick on the Lite and just keep taking that monthly income?
Well, the motivation is really the monthly income because, as I said, it's my my job.
Of course, that's very important then. If it's your only source of income, understood.
Yeah, yes. Um, until I really managed to adapt myself to the platform and all the rules and all the restrictions and everything, I will do Lite for now. When I feel that I really can work around it, probably I will go to the pro to grow the account. But for now, I like to play safe.
Well, of
So
course. Yeah, it's one of
I
those
do.
things. You know where you're best suited for now, and when you get more comfortable with the platform, when you're more confident, obviously that transition is obviously there for you. You're obviously a very, very skillful trader, and obviously you've had some great success. To be able to be working, to be trading almost full time, and you're building up to it right now is incredible, and that's a massive aspiration for anybody who enters the markets. I'm yet to meet somebody who wants to do trading part time or something on the side. Most people who enjoy forex trading, they want to be a full-time trader. That's kind of like their end goal. And it seems like
Yes.
you're well on your way there. It seems like you've obviously made some great progress.
Well, I usually say, joking, that I'm addicted to charts. So I dream with charts. I wake up and it's the first thing I look, it's to the charts. So
Actually, you know what? That reminds me of a great question I can ask you before we move on to more of the blue effect side of things. You're talking about being at the charts and you're joking how you're addicted to the charts, and I can absolutely sympathize. I know exactly how you feel. Feeling like you need to be at the charts, you need to be actually at the charts, and you enjoy it so much, you want to be there, and it's your, it's everything that you do in your life is centered around the charts. It's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. It's the last thing you do before you go to the bed. Check the charts. I wanted to ask you something, and it's actually really personal to me. When I look back at my earliest stages of trading, I really struggled with being addicted to my charts in a way, picking up my phone all the time like this, all the
mhm.
time at work, all the time. It doesn't matter where I am at work, with my girlfriend, out and about with my family. I had to be constantly looking. Now, obviously, you have mastered it, and you have obviously got a great trading psychology to get this far in your trading journey. But what would you say to people like me who are very almost addicted to the charts? They can't look away. They can't just let their trades run, especially for those longer term trades that we are talking about earlier on. We're not scalping here. We just need to place a trade on the 4 hour chart, the 1 hour chart, and come back later. Because when you're picking up your phone all the time and you're looking on your laptop all the time, you can actually start to interfere with your trades and move stop losses and move your targets. Is there any
Yes.
advice you can give with that? And how would a person like me back in the day handle that? Handle that addiction, handle the self sabotage, if you will?
Well, I don't know the answer to that question because I have the same problem. I have I have a very good pro. It's my boyfriend is a trader too.
Ah, there you go. That must make life a little bit easier. I feel like it's
Much
something
easier
as a trader that
because
we all go through.
yeah, because I think nobody else would understand that. For instance, I was in the hospital with my daughter. She broke the arm, and I was constantly watching the trade, to see, and like every hour I would see if I had Wi-Fi to look at the chart in the phone, which I have one pair there and a very, very simple line chart, but I was always looking. And so I don't know how to answer that question. I'm addicted to it. I can be a part uh, of, if I need to go out on do something,
Mm.
but it's
Something you're working on yourself. I understand.
yes.
But I feel like checking your charts often and then feeling the need to change them. That's what I struggle with. Checking the charts is one thing, but I feel
Yeah,
like
but I don't change anything.
that was
Uh,
my problem. I would think, oh no, there's a big candlestick. I need to change my stop
oh my
loss,
God, I need to, no,
and I would always
I'm,
get moved out and pipped out the market, and I'd lose the trade. And then what? 2 hours later, I'd look back at the chart. It's done exactly what I thought it was going to do,
yeah,
and that's the worst feeling when you miss out on winning trades because you were silly with your trade management, with your risk management. You cut it too soon, etc. So that was what
yes.
I really struggled with, and it seems like although you want to check your charts and you love the charts and you love trading, and obviously your boyfriend's a trader, it's sort of you have that connection. You don't feel the need to change them. You're obviously very confident in your strategy, so it's definitely good to hear. Speaking of what you
Yeah.
said about your boyfriend being a trader and how it's sometimes hard for people from the outside looking in at trading to really understand what it is. I feel like that is
Hmm.
a really big benefit of something like BlueFX because it brings a lot of traders around the world together and we all can sort of get together and help each other grow as traders. Whereas usually trading can be quite a lonely thing, right? You're sat at
It
home
is.
with your
It
charts, with
is.
your phone, with your laptop, in your room, doing analysis. It seems like nobody else in the world is a trader because you don't have that community. So to have someone like a boyfriend or a family member right there next to you, as well as something like the BlueFX community, it kind
Well,
of
he's.
it certainly helped me, and I've met so many amazing people through the platform, like traders like
Hmm.
yourself who also got an amazing story, and that's one of the great things about BlueFX. So I'm glad to have you on the interview. I'm glad to hear your story as well. Moving swiftly onwards, I want to talk to you about your success with the BlueFX platform in large. How many times have you had payouts, Sarah, by now? You've been with us just over a year. How many times have you
Uh,
received payout in that time?
3 or 4, I think.
3 or 4 times. That's really, really good work. That's really, really
Yeah.
good work. Congratulations for that. And the money that you make from trading, you say it's your full-time income, your main income at least. Do you choose to? Is that all just going on your like living expenses, or do you choose to save some of it, invest it, or have you got any business ideas, or are you looking to do other things within the trading universe, or
No, for now it's just for expenses and normal things of daily life.
daily
Um,
life?
yeah. Um, I remember. I think it was near Christmas. I made two payouts.
Wow.
So I um, I grabbed a part of it just to have fun with my daughter. So we just went shopping and went.
Oh, that's so nice.
So it's quite nice. But yeah, it's mainly for my daily expenses.
Interesting. I feel like obviously you've got your daily expenses covered, but the months like at Christmas time, it's a great time to get it, of course. But when you've got a little bit extra, you have that flexibility to go and do whatever you please. And the money you get paid in the market is dependent on your performance. Obviously, there's some factors of the market that you just cannot control, and
Hmm.
that's why risk management is so important. And that's why your strategy is so important. But on months that your strategies worked really well, you made a little bit extra, you have the flexibility to go out and spend that on whatever you wish. You can save it, you
Hmm.
can do whatever you want with it. And that's one of the great things about trading is that it's not like a salary in a sense where you're paid the same every single month. Some months you can get paid more. And if
Hmm.
you're improving every single month, improving your strategy, then you can keep growing and growing and growing that. And I know that you're on the light account at the moment, but in the future, obviously with BlueFX, if you perform better, you get high levels of funding, all the way up to that 1 million, which I know a lot of our traders are going for. So it's really interesting to hear your side of things as well. Now, one last question before I wrap things up for the day. I always ask our traders this, and it's always really interesting to hear their answer, is if somebody is watching this interview right now, you've given an amazing story, you're obviously a very talented trader, and they're inspired by your story, and they want to join a firm like BlueFX. What one piece of advice would you give them? A new trader who's joining the platform today, is there one piece of advice that you would give them to help them succeed on the platform?
Well, patience above all, really, because since the leverage is quite small, you need to be um, you can think uh, of it like other brokers or platforms because you can't do uh, a lot
Mm,
all the time. So it needs patience, it needs much discipline, really. Um, Mainly, I think I wouldn't advise a newbie to become a trader in BlueFX because it's really hard and people would probably just, this is not for me. So, but to us, a trader for some time with some discipline, some mindset, I think it's really a good place to be. One of the things I remembered when I got in was I was really afraid that I was not going to get paid. And I struggled like for 3 or 4 months, I think, before my first one. So I couldn't tell if the thing was,
Of course.
true, honest, and everything. So when the first payment did came in, I was so relieved, so happy that everybody was like that appears on the chat asking, oh, about withdrawals and everything. And I said, no, go ahead, go ahead. It's okay. They are super, super honest about it. And if you ask until the 20th, on the 25, you will get it.
Oh, the
So,
25 is a big celebration. It's like your birthday every month, you know. I always go in the group, the BluFX Traders group. The 25th is a big celebration because obviously everybody gets paid. But going back to what you said, I think the Forex space, that there's a lot of different people out there, and we always pride ourselves at BluFX as being different in the sense that you mentioned that BluFX is not for a newbie trader. It's not. It's for the trader who's got a proven system and strategy and is looking for that capital. Because so many times do we speak to traders who are really, really good traders, but just lack the capital behind them. So having a
mhm.
product like BlueFX actually gives them that access to the financial markets at an affordable price. And we are a little bit different in a sense. We like to think that we're different in the sense that we offer something that nobody else does in our growth plan, in our risk management structure that we give to our traders. And it can be a little bit of a learning curve to some people who are used to high leverage backgrounds and trading small capital accounts. But to hear your story today has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining me and wishing you all the best in your trading in the future, Sarah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.